And welcome to NSU's production of the Maltese Falcon. My name is Dan Gelman, and I'm the director of this production. Tonight, we have 14 performers spread out all over campus, and one even over 10 hours away. They are all locked away in unused office spaces that we have reserved to isolate and distance everyone. These offices also have Ethernet, so doing this upholds social distancing guidelines here at Nova Southeastern University. Dundee and Polehouse are roommates, so we've decided to allow them to perform together in the same space, which also upholds our social distancing guidelines. There are 7 technicians spread out to assist with all of those performers. I also have Gabe and Antonella ready to jump in just in case someone drops off the Zoom call. Why have I done all this? Live theater. It was always my goal with this production to do something that was live. It is important to me that we continue our trade as live performers and technicians. We've had several complications: Wi-Fi issues, webcam issues, lighting issues, and too many more to even talk about. Also within this webinar setting, it's really tragic that we can't hear or interact with you in any way as we would a live audience. I can see there's 60 people here. Thank you guys for coming. We really appreciate you being here. Based on your internet connection, you could have some issues, but there's not much we can do now that we are here. So bear with us and hang in tight. This is our last show. I'm really proud of our cast. I'm really proud of our crew. I'm thankful, very thankful for them to be putting up with all of this Zoom craziness as we've gone through. So thank you to them. Thank you to you for coming. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy our production of the Maltese Falcon.
The Holmos College of Arts and Sciences presents an updated story from our past.
PVA Radio Theater, broadcast over Zoom, brings you the Maltese Falcon.
Greetings from Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen. Some people like mystery stories because of the intellectual challenge that they present. Personally, I am seldom able to figure out who done it without reading to the back of the book. But give me a good detective story, and like presidents, bankers, housewives, and students the country over, I find that my own troubles silently steal away.
Tonight, we point with pride to a triumph of the art, the Dashiell Hammett classic, The Maltese Falcon, brought to us by 3 of our favorite stars, Sydney Brunin, Cassidy Laux, and Caroline Cespedes. For the next hour, we'll follow the eerie trail of this fabulous falcon, which is coveted by many people to their great ill fortune, and to the great ill health of a few.
I think that most of us have a secret desire to be detectives. At least, that seems to be very true of this audience, because you've done some good, practical detective work by discovering dozens of different ways to use Lux Flakes, and that doesn't make any of us unhappy. Nowadays, many familiar materials are doing a wartime job. Nylon and silk are going into parachutes, cotton, rayon, and wool into uniforms, and many other wartime uses. That means that we on the home front must make the things that we have last longer so that our boys on the fighting front will have what they need. You're all trying to track down ways and means to make washable fabrics last. And the clue that's giving you domestic detectives the answer is Lux Flakes, our sponsors.
But now, let's track down the Maltese Falcon, because here's the first act, starring Sydney Brunin as Sam Spade, Cassidy Laux as Bridget, and Caroline Cespedes as Gutman.
At 2 o'clock in the morning, the city of San Francisco lies sleeping under a blanket of fog.
Along a lonely street, a man walks slowly, his footsteps ringing hollowly against the wet pavement. He passes a deserted alley and stops.
The man turns and peers for a long time into the shadows. Suddenly, one of the shadows moves. The man stumbles backwards, his hand reaching out to shield his body.
All right, Spade, open up. Come on, Spade, we know you're in there.
Who is it?
Dundee and Polehouse want to speak to you.
I'm in, Lieutenant. Nice time to make a call.
Yeah.
4 a.m, or did your watch stop?
We don't have hours on the force, Spade. Got a couple of questions to ask you.
Sure. Hiya, Tom.
Hello, Sam. What do you know about this killing, Spade?
Very little.
Archer was your partner, wasn't he?
That's right.
Spade and Archer, private detectives. I guess you have to change that name.
Yeah. From now on, it's just Sam Spade.
Yeah.
You don't seem very broken up over this, Spade. Miles Archer gets shot dead 2 hours ago, and you throw it over like a scotch and soda.
Oh, excuse me. Will you have one, Lieutenant?
No, I won't.
Okay. Mind if I have one, Lieutenant? You don't like me, do you, Dundee?
I don't like any cops who aren't on the force. I guess what you knew about Miles Archer getting killed.
Well, once again, very little. Your boys called me at 10 after 2. I understand they found a Webley automatic in the alley with 1 bullet out of it?
Yeah. Was Archer out on the job last night?
Well, sure. He's supposed to be tailing a fella named Floyd Thursby.
Thursby? What for? Come on, Spade, what for?
We were trying to find out where he lived.
Suppose you answer once without thinking too hard, Spade.
I don't like this, Dundee. What are you sucking around for? Tell me or get out.
I asked you why you were tailing Thursby last night.
I wasn't. Miles was. For the swell reason that we had a client who was paying good United States money to have him tailed.
Client? What client?
Well, I'm sorry. I can't tell you that.
Be reasonable, son. Give us a chance. How are we supposed to find out more on Miles's killing if you don't give us what you've got?
Okay. It was a girl who wanted us to tail Thursby.
What girl?
She came into the office yesterday afternoon. I didn't know who she was. Effie announced her about 3 o'clock. So there was a girl to see me. A girl. Wonder Lady.
There's a girl to see you, Miss Spade. She says her name's Wanderly.
What is she, Effie? A customer?
I guess so. You'll want to see her anyway. She's a knockout.
Well, shoo her in, Effie darling.
Will you come in, Miss Wanderly?
Thank you. Miss Spade?
Yeah, that's right. Well, what can I do for you, Miss Wonderly?
Well, I don't know where to start. I asked at the hotel for the name of a reliable private detective, and they mentioned yours.
I see. Well, now suppose you tell me about it from the very beginning.
Well, I'm from New York. I've come here to find my sister.
Mm-hmm. Are you sure she's in San Francisco?
Well, she was 2 weeks ago. I have a letter from her. She came here with a man named Thursby. Floyd Thursby.
You mean she ran away with him?
Yes. Oh, Miss Spade, I've got to find her. Mother and father are in Honolulu, and it would kill them. I've got to get her back before they come home.
Well, what did she say in the letter?
Nothing, except that she was all right. I sent her a note begging her not to do anything foolish. I sent it to General Delivery. I told her I was coming out to see her. I shouldn't have done that, should I?
Well, it's not always easy to know what to do. You haven't found her?
No, I told her I'd be at the St. Mark for her to meet me there. But I've waited 3 whole days. She didn't come, didn't even send a message.
Well, go on.
Oh, it was horrible. Waiting. Yesterday afternoon, I went to the post office. Corinne didn't come for her mail, but Floyd Thursby did.
Well, did you speak to him?
Yes. He wouldn't tell me where Corinne was, but he promised to bring her to the hotel this evening.
Well, hiya, Sam. Say hiya. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right, Miles. Oh, Miss Wonderly, this is Mr. Archer, my partner.
Well, how do you do?
Mr. Archer.
Anything I can do, Sam?
Well, Miss Wonderly's sister ran away from New York with a fellow named Thursby. Miss Wonderly has seen Thursby and has a date with him tonight at the St. Mark. Maybe he'll bring the sister with him, but the chances are that he won't. Miss Wonderly wants us to find the sister and get her away from him and back home. Right?
Yes. But I want you to know that he's a dangerous man. I don't think he'd stop at anything. I don't believe he'd hesitate to kill Corinne if he thought it would save him.
What time is he coming to see you?
Between 8 and 10.
All right, Miss Wonderly, we'll have someone there.
Oh, no, Sam. This is too important for that. I'll handle it myself, Miss Wonderly.
Thank you.
Not at all.
Oh, I brought some money. Will $200 be enough?
Well, to begin with, yes. By the way, it would help some if you'd meet Thursby in the lobby.
Oh, I will.
You don't have to look for me, Miss Wonderly. I'll see you, all right?
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Miss Wonderly.
Yes.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Well, Miles, what do you think of her?
You may have saw her first, Sam, but I spoke first.
I wasn't talking about her figure. What about her story?
Wait, huh? What about it?
Well, you've a great brain, Miles. Yes, you have.
So Miles went out to tell Thursby last night.
Yeah.
And Thursby shot him. That's what you think.
No, that's what you think, Dundee. I don't know.
Tom, get on the phone. Call the St. Mark and ask for a girl named Wonderly.
Yes.
I thought of that myself, Lieutenant. She was never registered. The whole story's probably a fake.
Oh, is it? What about yours, Miss Spade?
Tom? What's your boyfriend getting at?
I'll tell you what I'm getting at. Floyd Thursby was shot down in front of his hotel an hour ago.
You take your paws off me!
Easy, boss. Don't rough her up. Where were you tonight, Spade?
I was right here all night long.
You got any proof?
No. So you think I shot Thursby, huh?
Yeah, I think you did.
Well, I know where I stand now. Did Thursby die?
Yes.
How did I kill him? I forget.
He was shot 3 times in the back with a .44.
Hotel people know anything about him?
Nothing, except he's been there a week.
Alone?
Alone.
Well, did you find out who he was? What his game was?
Nope. We thought maybe you could tell us that.
Well, I've never seen Thursby, dead or alive.
Now look, Spade. If you did get him, you'll get a square deal and most of the breaks. I can't say I blame you. He's the man that killed your partner. But that won't stop me from nailing you.
Well, fair enough. But I'd feel better about it if you'd have a drink with me.
No.
Well, good night, gentlemen. I'm tired. Hello? Yes. Oh, hello, Miss Wonderly. Where are you? Coronet Apartments, room 101, huh? I'll be there in a few minutes. Oh, by the way, what's your name this morning? Miss LeBlanc. Okay, Miss LeBlanc.
Miss Spade, I have a terrible confession to make.
Yeah? Well, go ahead, Miss LeBlanc.
Well, That story I told you yesterday was all a story.
Oh, that's all right. I didn't believe your story anyhow. I believed you $200.
Oh.
You paid too much for someone who was telling the truth.
Oh, I see.
Now, let's clear up one thing first, Miss LeBlanc.
What?
Your name. What is it? Not LeBlanc.
No. It's really Shaughnessy.
First name?
Bridget.
Bridget Shaughnessy. Well, that's one I can believe.
Miss Spade, tell me, am I to blame for last night?
Well, you warned us Thursby was dangerous. I wouldn't say it was your fault.
Thank you. Mr. Archer was so alive yesterday. So solid and hearty.
Now stop it. He knew what he was doing. Those are the chances we take. Anyway, there's no time for worrying about that. Right now there's a flock of cops running around with their noses to the ground.
Miss Spade, do they know about me?
Well, so far all they know is that there's a girl somewhere.
But do they have to know about me at all, Miss Spade? Couldn't you manage to shield me from them?
Well, maybe. But I'll have to know what it's all about.
Well, I can't tell you now. Later I will. You'll have to trust me. I'm so alone and afraid. I've got nobody to help me if you won't. Please trust me. Help me. Be generous, Miss Spade.
You don't need much of anybody's help. You're good. It's chiefly in your eyes, I think, and that throb that you get into your voice when you say things like, "Be generous, Miss Spade."
All right. I deserved that. But the lie was in the way I said it, not in what I said. You can leave if you like.
Oh, no, not yet. I've got nothing against trusting you blindly, but I can't do you any good if I don't know what it's all about. For instance, I gotta have some sort of line on your friend Thursby.
I met him in Hong Kong. We came here just last week.
Where? Not from Hong Kong?
No.
Where?
Well, I can't tell you that.
Well, go on.
I needed him. I was completely dependent on him. He knew it. He took advantage of it to double-cross me.
How?
I can't tell you that either.
Well, why'd you want him shadowed?
I wanted to learn how far he'd gone, whom he was meeting.
Did he kill Archer?
Yes, certainly.
Well, Thursby had a Luger in his shoulder holster, and Archer wasn't killed with a Luger.
Lloyd always carried an extra revolver in his overcoat pocket.
Why all the guns?
He lived by them.
You picked a nice playmate. All right, let's have it now. How about a spot are you in?
As bad can be.
Physical danger?
Yes, and I'm not heroic. I don't think that there's anything worse than death.
Oh, shut up. You mean someone might kill you?
Yes, and they'll get me unless you help. You've got to help, do you hear? You've got to.
All right, I'll help you. And they'll probably give it to me too, huh? All right, so what? I guess I won't be the first girl to let a dame make a sucker out of her.
He's back again, Miss Spade.
Who, Effie?
The fella that was here this morning. Here is his card.
Joel Cairo. What is he, a character?
Mm-hmm. Foreign type.
Well, show him in, Effie.
Right. Will you come in, Mr. Cairo?
You're very kind, thank you.
Now, sit down, Mr. Cairo.
Thank you.
I'm Sam Spade. Something I can do for you, Mr. Cairo?
Yes, thank you, but first, may a stranger offer condolences for your partner's unfortunate death?
Thank you.
And may I ask, Miss Spade, if there is a certain relationship between that and the death of the man Thursby? May I ask that?
No.
I beg your pardon. Miss Spade, I am attempting to recover an ornament that has been, shall we say, mislaid. I thought and hoped you could assist me.
Yeah.
The ornament is a statuette, a black figure of a bird, and I'm prepared to pay, on behalf of the figure's rightful owner, the sum of $5,000 for its recovery. And, what is the phrase? No questions shall be asked.
Well, $5,000 is a lot of money. Come in.
Is there anything else for me, Miss Spade?
Oh, no. Good night, Effie. And lock the door when you go, will you?
Good night.
Yes, Mr. Cairo. $5,000. What do you think you're doing?
I'm pointing a revolver at a spot directly between your eyes. You will please clasp your hands together at the back of your neck and do not move. I intend to search your office, and if you attempt to prevent me, I shall certainly shoot you.
All right, go ahead.
You will please stand? I shall make sure you are not armed.
Certainly. All right, Mr. Cairo, drop the gun, please. Drop it. Drop it, or do I twist your arm off at the wrist?
You! Here, take it.
Yeah, thanks. Now sit down over there and behave yourself.
You have bruised me, Miss Spade.
Well, I'm sorry. I guess I got a little annoyed. I don't like guys who make a phony offer of $5,000.
You are mistaken, Miss Spade. That was and is a genuine offer.
Yeah.
And I am prepared to pay $5,000 for the figure's return. You have the figure?
No.
Then why were you willing to risk serious injury to prevent my searching for it?
Well, I should sit around and let people come in and stick me up. So the offer still goes, huh?
Most certainly.
Well, all right. Now let's put the cards on the table. Your first guess was that I had the bird, and now there's nothing to that. So what's your second guess?
That you know where it is, or at least you know it is where you can get it.
So you're not asking me to do any murders or burglaries for you, but simply to get it back, if possible, in an honest and lawful way?
If possible, and in any case with discretion. I'm at the Hotel Belvedere when you wish to communicate with me. Good evening, Miss Spade.
So long. Oh, wait. Do you know a girl named Wonderly?
No, I do not.
LeBlanc?
No.
Well, how about Bridget Shaughnessy?
The Hotel Belvedere, Miss Spade. Room 635.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, may I have my revolver back, please?
Oh, yeah, sure. Here you are. I'd forgotten it.
Thank you. Now, you will please keep your hands behind your head. I still intend to search your office.
Well, I'll be. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Come in, Miss Spade. Do you have any news for me?
Yeah, a little.
I mean, did you manage it so that the police won't have to know about me?
No, they won't. For a while, anyway.
Oh, well, you won't get into any trouble, will you, Miss Spade?
Oh, I don't mind a reasonable amount of trouble.
Do sit down, please.
Do sit down, please. Now look, you aren't exactly the sort of person you pretend to be, are you?
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
Oh, schoolgirl manner, stammering, blushing, and all that. Because if you are, honey, we'll never get any place. Now stop acting.
All right. I'm sorry.
Good. I saw Joel Cairo tonight.
You know him?
Only slightly.
What did he say?
About what?
About me.
Nothing.
Well, what did he talk about?
Well, he offered me $5,000 for the black bird.
Oh, did he? And what did you say?
Well, I said $5,000 is a lot of money.
It is. It's a lot more than I could ever offer you if I must bid for your loyalty.
Well, that's good, coming from you. Now, what have you given me besides $200? Have you given me any of your confidence, any of the truth?
Can't you trust me just a little longer?
Well, how much is a little? What are you waiting for?
Well, I must speak with Joel Cairo.
Well, you can see him tonight.
He can't come here. I can't let him know where I am. I'm afraid.
Well, my place then. What about it?
All right. Your place.
Good.
But wait. You'll have to let me go about this in my own way. You mustn't interfere.
Well, I'll just sit and listen while you talk over old times.
You're a strange person. I like you.
Yeah? Well, don't overdo it. Sit down, Mr. Cairo. Sit down, Miss Shaughnessy.
I might advise you, Miss Spade, there is a dame outside who appears to be watching the house.
Yes, I know. I spotted her.
What girl? Who is she?
Oh, I don't know. A gunman, I guess. She's been tailing me around all evening.
Did she follow you to my apartment?
No, I shook her before that. Well, let's start the meeting.
I'm delighted to see you again, Miss Shaughnessy.
I was sure you would be, Joel.
Well, I'll just mix a drink. Go ahead, Bridget.
Miss Spade told me about your offer for the Falcon. How soon can you have the money be ready?
It is ready.
In cash?
Oh, yes.
You're ready to give us $5,000 if we turn over the Falcon to you?
I should be able to get you the money at, say, 10:30 in the morning.
But I haven't got the Falcon.
What?
Oh, don't worry. I'll have it in another week at the most.
Why must I wait a week?
Well, perhaps not a whole week.
And why, may I ask, are you willing to sell it to me at all?
I'm afraid. After what happened to Floyd, I'm afraid to touch it except to turn it over right away.
Tell me, exactly what did happen to Floyd?
He was murdered by the boss.
The boss? Is she here?
I don't know. I suppose so. What difference does it make?
Might make a world of difference.
Yes. You might be able to get around the boss, Joel, as you did that one in Istanbul. What was his name? The one you did away with?
That's a lie, you dirty little...
Bernard, get away! Do you hear? Now cool down.
This is the second time you put your hands on me, Miss Spade.
Well, try and make it the last. Now you better get out, Cairo. I'll call you tomorrow.
You're working for her now. Is that it?
I'm working for myself. You want to withdraw your offer, just say so.
The offer still stands.
Well, all right. Get out.
Very well. Good night, Miss Spade.
Well, you've some fine friends, Miss Shaughnessy. Do they always try to throttle you?
I suppose I ought to thank you.
Well, you've had your talk with Cairo. Now you can talk to me.
Well, it didn't work out the way I'd hoped. I'll have to go now.
Oh, no. Not until you've told me about it.
Am I a prisoner?
Maybe. Or maybe that kid outside hasn't gone home yet.
Do you think she's still out there?
Likely.
I'll stay. For a while, anyhow.
Okay. Now, what's this bird, this falcon that everybody's all steamed up about?
It's a black figure of a bird, a hawk or a falcon, about 1 foot high.
Well, what makes it so important?
I don't know. They wouldn't tell me. But they offered me $5,000 if I helped get it from the man who had it.
That was in Istanbul?
Yes.
Well, go ahead.
That's all. They promised me the money to help them, and I did. Then we found out that Joel Cairo meant to desert us, taking the Falcon with him and leaving Floyd and me nothing. So we did exactly that to Mr. Cairo. But then I wasn't any better off because Floyd hadn't any intention of keeping his promise to me about sharing equally. I learned that by the time we got here.
What's the bird made of?
Porcelain or black stone. I don't know.
You're a liar.
What?
A liar.
Yes, I am. I've always been a liar.
Well, don't brag about it. Is there any truth in all that yarn?
Some. Not very much.
Well, that's all right. We've got all night ahead of us. I'll put some coffee on and we'll try again.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired of lying and thinking up lies and not knowing what is the truth and what's a lie. Don't ask me. Please don't. If there's any kindness in you at all...
Now, what are you trying now? That's right, turn on the beauty. Let your eyes get nice and starry. Put your arms around my neck and look pleadingly at me. Now, you're great. You think it's going to get you anyplace?
I couldn't. With you.
No? Well, don't be so sure.
We'll hear Act 2 of The Maltese Falcon, starring Sydney Brunin, Cassidy Lux, and Caroline Cespedes, in just a moment.
In the meantime, I have exciting news for you. The package of Lux that you have in your home right now, it looks just like the package that you have always bought. But the flakes inside have been improved so that they can help you now more than ever to save washables in wartime. Washables that may be irreplaceable. Remember, the Lux that your dealer has now in the same familiar package is new, improved Lux. Improved in 3 ways. The first way, Mrs. Burton, how would you like a Lux that's even milder and safer than ever?
Oh, why, that would be wonderful. But it's hard to see how Lux could be made milder.
Well, new improved Lux is the mildest, safest ever made. To give today's precious washables the super safe care they need to make them last longer. Now, Mrs. Johnson, suppose I told you that suds from new improved Lux are even richer, more cleansing than before.
Why, that's just what I need for the children's things. A soap that's mild, but that really gets at the dirt.
And Mrs. Sutherland, how would you like a Lux made with suds that are even longer lasting?
Even longer lasting than before? Why, that would make Lux even thriftier than ever.
Yes, new improved Lux is better than ever for every soap and water job you have to do. First, it's the mildest, safest Lux ever made. Second, its suds are richer, more cleansing. Third, they're longer lasting suds that do more work. Give more of your washables the super safe Lux care. Not only silks and woolens and rayons, but gay cottons, all your colored things. New improved Lux comes in the same familiar box. Your dealer has it now.
Act 2 of The Maltese Falcon, starring Sydney Brunin as Sam Spade, Cassidy Laux as Bridget, and Caroline Cespedes as Gutman.
On the trail of the Black Falcon, Sam Spade has followed nothing but blind alleys. But now a call comes from her secretary.
She watched her twice, Miss Spade. She wouldn't leave her name, though.
No place I can reach her.
She said something about the Hotel Berkeley.
Well, what did she look like? Effie, can you describe her at all?
Well, that's easy enough. Epic class. About 270 pounds.
Yeah? The boss.
In the lobby of the Hotel Berkeley, Sam Spade watches for the boss, but she sees only the dame who has been following her for the last 3 days.
All right, Legs, where is she?
What?
Come on, where is she? You work for her, don't you?
Who?
The boss. I want to speak to her.
What do you think you're doing, kidding me?
I'll tell you when I am. You've been tailing around after me for 3 days, girlie, and I'm getting a little sick of it.
Shove off.
You're gonna have to talk to me before you're through, girlie. So will she.
I said shove off.
And you can take your hand out of your pocket, because guns don't scare me much.
Keep on asking for it, and you're gonna get it. Plenty.
People lose their teeth talking like that. You want to hang around? Be polite. Now tell the boss to call me and leave her name.
Hello, Miss Spade. Miss Gutman called. She says the skirt gave her the message. Room 407, the Berkeley, this afternoon at 3.
How do you do, Miss Gutman?
Well, sit down, my friend. We'll have a little drink.
I can't stay long, sorry. I've got an appointment at the district attorney's office.
So? Interesting. Say when, Miss Spade?
I'll leave it to you.
Excellent, excellent. I just trust a woman who says when. If she's got to be careful not to drink too much, it's because she's not to be trusted when she does. You're a close-mouthed woman?
No, I like to talk. I enjoy it.
Better and better. I just trust a closed-mouthed woman. She generally picks the wrong times to talk. It's just the wrong things when she does. Well, we'll talk.
That's swell. Will we talk about the black bird?
You're the woman for me. No beating around the bush, but right to the point. But first, answer me a question. Are you here as Miss Shaughnessy's representative or Mr. Cairo's?
Well, there's nothing certain about it either way yet. It depends.
But which will you represent? It will be one or the other.
Not necessarily.
Who else is there?
Well, there's me.
Oh, that's wonderful, Spade. Wonderful. I do love a woman who tells you right on that she's looking out for herself.
Let's talk about the black bird.
Let's. Miss Spade, have you any conception of how much money can be got for that black bird?
No.
Well, if I told you half, you would call me a liar.
No, not even if I thought so.
You know what the bird is, of course.
No, I don't.
You don't? They didn't tell you that?
Well, I know what it's supposed to look like, and I know the value in human life you people put on it.
But Miss Shaughnessy didn't tell you what it is. And Cairo didn't either? But they must know what it is. Or do they? What is your impression?
Well, there isn't much to go by. Cairo wouldn't talk. The girl said she didn't know, but I took it for granted she was lying.
Then they don't know. I am the only one in this whole wide, wonderful world who does.
That's great. When you've told me, that'll make two of us.
Mathematically correct, Spade. But I don't know for certain that I'm going to tell you.
Now don't be foolish. You know what it is. I know where it is. That's why I'm here.
Well, madam, where is it? There, you see? I must tell you things, yet you refuse. That is hardly equitable. No. I don't think we can do business along these lines.
You don't, huh? Well, think again and think fast. I told that gunman of yours that you'd have to talk to me before you finished. Now I'll tell you that you'll do your talking today or you're through. Now what are you wasting my time for? I can get along without you. Now talk. Talk.
Anything wrong, boss?
Well, come in, Wilmer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, come in, girlie. And keep your hand off your gun or I'll knock your ears down.
Listen, you!
Just stand over there, Wilmer. Excitable young woman, Miss Spade.
Well, make up your mind, Gutman. And while you're doing it, keep that gun still away from me or I'll kill her.
Miss Spade, I must say you've a most violent temper.
Well, think it over. You've got until 5:30. Then you're either in or out, for keeps.
Murder on my hands. My boss is yelling for a conviction. We need your help. Now, who killed Floyd Thursby?
I don't know.
Perhaps you don't, but you can make an excellent guess.
Well, my guess might be excellent or it might be crummy, but Mrs. Spade didn't raise any children dippy enough to make guesses in front of a district attorney.
Miss Spade, I wish you wouldn't regard this as a formal inquiry. And please don't think I have any belief in those theories the police seem to have formed. You see, they think you killed Thursby.
Yeah? Well, what's your theory?
Simple. Tell me who Archer was shadowing Thursby for and I'll tell you the murderer.
Well, that's where you're wrong.
Whether I'm wrong isn't for you to judge. I'm a sworn officer of the law, Miss Spade. My duty—
I thought this was an informal talk.
It is, but
And listen, the police think I'm mixed up in those killings. My best chance of clearing myself is to bring in the murderers all tied up. And my only chance of ever tying them up is by keeping away from you and the cops. Because you'd only gum up the works.
No, just a minute, Miss Spade.
And I don't want any more of these informal talks. You want to see me again? Pinch me or subpoena me or something, and I'll come down with my lawyer. I'll see you at the inquest.
Hey, you.
Well, hiya. Didn't expect to see you until 5:25. I hope I haven't kept you waiting.
Keep on riding me, and they're gonna be picking iron out of your liver.
The cheaper the crook, the gaudier the pattern. Is Gutman ready to talk?
She's at the hotel. Get going. Oh? They're on their way up now? Thank you. Oh, hello, operator. I don't want to receive any calls for about an hour. Yes. Thank you.
Come on, get in.
Miss Spade?
Here, Gutman. Here's your gunman 6-shooter.
Well, what's this?
I took it away from her. I was afraid she might hurt herself.
I'll get you, Spade. Someday I'll let you have it right in the
Get
face.
out of here!
Wait outside, Wilbur. By Gad, you are a lass worth knowing. An amazing character. Oh, here. I'll fix a drink for you.
Thanks.
Oh, by the way, I owe you an apology.
Never mind that, never mind. Let's talk about the bird.
All right, lass. Let's. Miss Spade, this is going to be the most astounding thing you have ever heard.
Yeah?
What do you know, miss, about the Knights of Rhodes?
Nothing.
Well, they were crusaders, Miss Spade. In 1539, these crusading knights persuaded the Emperor Charles V to give them the island of Malta. He made but one condition. They were to pay him each year with the tribute of a falcon in acknowledgement that Malta was still under Spain. Do you follow me?
Yeah, so far.
Good, good. Well, the knights were profoundly grateful to the Emperor for his generosity toward them. The very first year they sent him not an insignificant live bird, but a glorious golden falcon encrusted from head to foot with the finest jewels in their coffers. Well, Spade, what do you think of that?
I don't know.
These are facts, historical facts. They sent this jewel bird to Charles, who was then in Spain, but it never reached Spain. A famous admiral of buccaneers took the knight's galley and the bird. In 1713, it turned up in Sicily. In 1840, it appeared in Paris. It had by that time acquired a coat of black enamel, so that it looked like nothing more than a fairly interesting black statuette. Then, in 1922, a Greek dealer named Charles found it in an obscure shop. No thickness of enamel could conceal value from his eyes. Drink up, doll.
Well, go on.
Well, doll, to hold it safe, Charles re-enameled the bird. I got rid of its mind. But when I arrived in Athens, I discovered that the bird was gone. And Charles murdered. That was over 20 years ago. Well, Spade, it took me 20 years to locate that bird, but I did. I traced it to the home of a Russian general, one Kemedov in Istanbul. I sent some agents to get it. Well, Legs, they've got it, and I haven't got it.
Where's Kemedov?
Oh, Kemedov? He died.
Very suddenly.
Yes, his heart.
Was there a knife in it or a bullet?
Your glass, sweetheart. Thank you. And now, before we start to talk prices, how soon are you willing to produce the Falcon?
A couple of days.
Oh, that's quite satisfactory. Well, Spade, here's to a fair bargain. Drink up.
Well, what's your idea of a fair bargain?
$25,000 when you deliver the Falcon to me, and another $25,000 later on. Or I will give you 1/4 of what I realize in the Falcon. That would amount to a vastly greater sum.
Well, how much greater?
Who knows? Shall I say 100,000? That would be the minimum.
And what about the maximum?
What would you say to 250,000?
Well, then, you You think that the dingus is worth $1 million then, huh?
At least.
That's a lot of dough.
A lot of dough.
Minimum, huh? And the maximum? What about?
What's the matter, Miss Spade? Are you feeling ill?
I feel. What was in this drink?
The drink? Oh, I drugged it. You'll be unconscious very shortly, Spade. You better lie down. I wouldn't want you to fall.
Well, that's very good, yes. That's very good, you see.
Oh, dear, dear. Oh, Joel. Joel, come in. Is she unconscious? Yes. You know, she's a very interesting person, Joel. The kind of woman I enjoy dealing with.
We pause now for station identification. This is the PVA broadcasting system.
After a brief intermission, Sydney Brunin, Cassidy Laux, and Caroline Cespedes will return in the third act of the Maltese Falcon.
Now, here's a question for the women in our audience.
If you could make your stockings last far longer by doing one very easy thing, would you do it? Of course you would. Then listen to this.
Recent tests have shown how to cut down stocking runs over 50%.
Yes, a famous laboratory, the United States Testing Company Incorporated, recently washed rayon stockings different ways, then tested them on an almost human machine. A sort of mechanical leg that strains the stockings the way you do in actual wear. Well, here's what they found. Washing with new, improved Lux cuts down on runs over 50%. Yes, these stockings washed with Lux soap didn't go into runs nearly as easily as the stockings washed with strong soap or rubbed with cake soap. They lasted ever so much longer.
You see, new improved Lux saves elasticity, so stockings can take extra strain without breaking into runs so easily. And here's what girls find in actual experience.
Why, I got over twice the wear from my Lux stockings. Lux cut my runs almost in half.
That means a lot now that stockings are so precious. Better stick to Lux and avoid those enemies of stockings, cake soap rubbing and strong soaps.
Oh, one special hint about rayons. They need 24 to 48 hours drying time. Get new improved Lux tomorrow. It's in the same familiar box, and your dealer has it now.
Now, the third act of the Maltese Falcon, starring Sydney Brunin, Cassidy Laux, and Caroline Cespedes.
When Sam Spade woke up, she was alone in the hotel room, pale and still shaking from the effects of the drug. She's gone to her office, where Effie stares at her in alarm.
Miss Spade, what happened to you?
I don't know. I went visiting this afternoon with knockout drops. I came to just a little while ago, all spread out on a dame's floor.
Who did it?
The boss.
But why?
I didn't get a chance to ask. Evidently, she wanted me out of the way for something.
That I don't get it. You... Hello? Yes? What? I can't hear you.
Who is it?
Give it to me again. Yes, I've got that. Captain who? Jacoby? Yes, Hello? Hello? She's gone.
Who's gone? Who?
It was the Shaughnessy girl. She wants you. Here's the address.
26 Ancho Street.
She's in some kind of trouble, Miss Spade. She was telling me something about a ship captain named Jacoby, and then something happened to her.
What happened?
I don't know, like she was being choked.
Listen. Was that the outside door?
I'll see. Yes, what do you... Oh!
Miss Spade!
Who is it, Effie?
I don't know. It's...
Miss Spade!
Yes.
For you, she said, for you. Ugh.
What's the matter with you?
For you. Ugh.
Miss Spade! He...
Shut up. Lock the door.
Yes. Here.
Give me the scissors from the desk, will you? I want to see what's in this package.
Here. Is he dead?
He's got about 4 slugs in him, that's all.
Ew.
Oh, come on, pull yourself together.
I'm all right.
Well, now we'll see. If this is what I think it is, yes. Yes!
What is it?
We've got it, Angel. We've got it. The Maltese Falcon.
The Falcon?
Look at it. $1 million under a coat of enamel.
She said there was a... That's what she tried to tell us. He must be Captain Jacoby.
Now listen, I've got to get to her. As soon as I've gone, phone the police. Tell them how it happened, but forget he brought a bundle. Come on, get it straight now.
Yes.
I'll leave the bird in the safe. When I call you, bring it to that Angel Street address. Got it?
Yeah.
And after you bring it to me, go out and call Dundee. Tell him to come on the run with about six cops. No mistakes, Effie. I just might need them.
Just keep your hands up, Spade, and come in. Wilmer, shut the door. Well, Spade, we're all here, waiting for you. And now let's sit down, Spade, and be comfortable.
Sure.
Sam, I tried to call you. I wanted to tell you.
It's all right, honey. It's all right. Take it easy.
They've been holding me here all last night and today.
But you've come to no harm, Miss Shaughnessy. As yet. Oh, Miss Spade, I believe you know Mr. Cairo.
Yes.
And Wilmer, of course.
Are you carrying a rod?
Get away. You're not going to frisk me.
Stand still.
Put your paw on me and I'm going to make you use that gun. Ask your boss if she wants me shut up before we talk.
Sit down, Wilmer. Spade, you are certainly a most headstrong individual. Well, let's talk.
Are you ready to make the first payment and take the Falcon off my hands?
You're sure you have it?
Sam, have you?
I didn't this afternoon, but I have now.
Then I'm willing to pay. Joel, the money, please.
Wait. There's another thing to be taken care of. We've got to have a fall guy.
I beg your pardon?
The police have got to have somebody. A victim they can stake for those 3 murders.
2. Only 2 murders, Spade. Thursby undoubtedly killed your partner.
All right, 2. The point is that I've got to come through with somebody, a victim, when the time comes. If I don't, then I'll be it.
And whom do you recommend as this victim?
Oh, well, I'm not fussy. How about giving them Wilmer here? She'll do.
Why, you little...
Get away, punk!
My God, Spade, you are a character!
Well, it's our best bet. If we give her Wilmer, the cops will be happy and we'll be as free as the air.
Oh, well, what do you think of this, Wilmer? Mighty funny,
Yeah, mighty funny.
Well, she killed Thursby, didn't she? She's made to order for the part.
Get up on your feet.
Go away, punk.
I'm taking all the riding from you that I'm gonna take. Get up and shoot it out.
Calm yourself, Wilmer. Spade, your plan is not at all practical. Let's not speak anything more about it.
Well, all right. I've got another suggestion. Want to hear it?
Most assuredly.
We'll give him Joel Cairo.
Suppose we give them you, Miss Spade. Or Miss Shaughnessy. How about that?
Now look, you people want the Falcon. I've got it, and the Fall Guy's part of the price. And as for Miss Shaughnessy, well, if you think she can be rigged for the part, I'm more than willing to discuss it with you.
Sam,
What's the matter?
you don't mean it. You couldn't.
No, because I don't think the cops will be happy, Angel. Personally, I see only one person who's fit for the bill, and that's Wilmer here.
I'll kill her! I'll kill her! Stop it! Stop it, do you hear?
Oh, let her go!
I told her to lay off me! I warned her!
Hated to do it, but the punk had it coming to her. There's your Fall Guy, Mrs. Gutman. What do you say?
I don't like it.
Well, either you'll say yes right now, or I'll turn the Falcon and the whole lot of you in.
All right, you can have Wilmer. Carry her inside, Joel.
My secretary left about an hour ago with the Falcon. She should be here in a couple minutes. Now, what about the money, Gutman?
In a few minutes, when she gets here.
Good enough. Now let's get the details fixed. Now, why did Wilmer shoot Thursby, and why and where did she shoot Captain Jacoby?
Well, I shall be candid with you. Thursby was Miss Shaughnessy's ally. We believed that disposing of him would frighten Miss Shaughnessy into patching up her differences with us.
Well, that seems all right. Now, Jacoby?
Captain Jacoby's death was entirely Miss Shaughnessy's fault.
That's a lie.
Well, tell me what happened.
Well, Cairo saw in the newspaper that Captain Jacoby's ship was arriving. He remembered that he and Miss Shaughnessy had been seen together in Hong Kong. Well, Spade, he put two and two together and guessed the truth. She had given the bird to Jacoby to bring here.
Yes, and at that juncture, you decided to slip me the Mickey, huh?
Well, I'm sorry. There was no place for you in our plans, Miss Spade. Mr. Cairo and Wilmer and I went down to the boat to call on Captain Jacoby and Miss Shaughnessy. We persuaded Miss Shaughnessy to come to terms, or so we thought. Well, Spade, we should have known better. En route to my hotel, Captain Jacoby and the Falcon slipped completely through our fingers. Except that Wilmer put a few bullets in him while he was running away. Oh, by the way, you said that Jacoby died?
Yes, but not until after he brought me the Falcon.
Oh, well, there's a bright side to everything then, isn't there?
Oh, I'll get it. It's my secretary.
You don't mind if I go to the door with you?
All right, come on.
Miss Spade?
Well, thanks a lot, Effie.
I wrapped it up again. Is there anything else?
No thanks. Goodbye, Effie.
Goodbye, Spade.
Let me have it, Spade.
Now, easy, easy.
Let me see it quickly.
Here, I guess the pleasure ought to be Miss Gutman's.
After 20 years. 20 years. Yes. There it is. There you are, beauty.
Is it the Falcon? The original?
We will make sure. Your knife, Joel.
Here.
Thank you. Just a tiny cut in the enamel. And underneath we find... Ah!
Gutman, what's the matter?
It's a fake. It's lead. It's a fake.
But it can't be.
All right, Shaughnessy, you've had your little joke. Now tell us about it.
But no, Sam, no. That's the one I got from Kemidov, I swear.
You bungled it, Gutman. You and your stupid attempt to buy it. Kemidov caught on to how valuable it was. He put a fake in its place.
Yes, this is Kemidov's hand. There's no doubt of it. Well, Joel, what do you suggest? Shall we stand here and shed tears and call each other names? Or shall we go to Istanbul?
Istanbul? You're still going to look for the Falcon?
For 20 years I have wanted that little item and been trying to get it. I'll go on trying.
Very well, I'll go with you.
Get Wilmer. We'll start tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow.
Wilmer, she's gone. What?
The window's open. She's gone.
Oh, swell lot of thieves.
We have little enough to boast about. But what does it come to an end just because we've run into a minor setback? I'm sorry about your money, Spade, but of course you didn't earn it.
Well, I held up my end. You got your Falcon. Your hard luck, not mine, that it wasn't what you wanted.
My hatchel.
Now, wait a minute, wait.
Spade, it will do us no good to argue. I haven't the money with me anyhow.
Well, I had an idea, that was it.
Now, Spade, we'll say goodbye to you. And since the shortest farewells are the best, adieu. And to you, Miss Shaughnessy, I leave the lead falcon as a little memento. Adieu.
Sam? Sam? What are you going to do?
Nothing.
But those murders, you're mixed up in them. You said yourself the police needed a victim. Call them now. Tell them about Gutman.
I don't have to call them. Gutman will be nailed before she goes a block. But when she's nailed, she'll talk about you. Now, we've only got a couple of minutes to get all set for the cops. Give it all to me fast. Talk.
Where shall I begin?
Well, the day you first came to my office, why did you want Thursby shadowed?
I told you, Sam. I suspected him of betraying me and I wanted to find out.
No, that's a lie. You had Thursby hooked and you knew it.
Yes.
What was your scheme?
Well, I thought that if he saw someone following him, he might be frightened into going away.
Well, then you must have told Thursby that Archer was following him.
Yes, I told him. But please believe me, Sam, I wouldn't have told him if I thought Thursby would kill him.
Well, if you thought Thursby wouldn't shoot Archer, you were right, Angel.
He didn't?
No. Archer'd been a cop too long to be caught like that up a blind alley with his gun tucked away on his hip and his overcoat buttoned. But he would have gone up there with you, Angel. He was just dumb enough for that.
Sam!
And then you could have stood as close to him as you liked in the dark while you put a hole through him with the gun you gotten from Thursby that night.
Don't talk to me like that, Sam. You know I didn't.
Oh, shut up. This isn't a spot for the schoolgirl act. Why did you shoot him?
Oh, I didn't mean to at first. I didn't really, but when I saw that Thursby couldn't be frightened...
Go on. When you found out that Thursby didn't mean to tackle Archer, you borrowed the gun and did it yourself, right?
Yes.
You didn't know then that Gutman was here hunting you until you heard that Thursby had been shot. And then you knew you needed another protector, so you came back to me.
Yes, but Sam, it wasn't only that. I would have come back to you sooner or later. From the very first moment I saw you, I knew that...
Oh, you angel. Well, if you get a good break, you'll be out of San Quentin in 20 years. You can come back to me then.
What? Oh, no, you're not going to...
I'm going to send you over.
No, Sam, don't. Don't say that.
You're taking the fall, darling.
You're doing this to me? Don't you understand, Sam? I'm in love with you.
Well, that's great.
You know, deep down in your heart, you know in spite of anything that I've done, that I love you.
I don't care who loves who. I'm not going to play the sucker. I won't walk in Thursby's and I don't know how many of those footsteps. You killed Miles and you're going over for it.
Sam!
That's the cops.
Don't let them in. Please.
Sit tight, honey.
Sam.
Hello, Spade.
Did you get the boss?
Yeah, we got him, and the kid, too.
Good. Here's another one for you. She killed Miles.
Can you prove it?
Can I, Miss Shaughnessy? Can I prove it? Go on. Tell them.
Yes.
All right, then. Come on.
So long, Miss Shaughnessy.
This doesn't mean anything to you, does it?
Maybe. But you're going away. Chances are you'll get 20 years. If you do, I'll wait for you. And if they hang you, Angel, I'll always remember you.
Tonight, the Maltese Falcon had its share of thrills. Our sponsors, the maker of Lux Flakes, join me in inviting you to be with us again. Up next, we will have our Stage 2 production of The Mayfly, a 24-hour broadcast, and in it we'll present those eminent Stage 2 thespians. So tune in October 24th at 7:30 p.m. and see what our thespians can come up with in 24 hours. Good night to you from Hollywood.
This is the PVA Broadcasting System.
Excellent. We would like to thank everybody for coming for our final performance tonight. A couple thank yous that I need to give out. I would love to thank Mia, my stage manager, Celeste, who ran the sound, Vianney, who did all of the costumes with Megan, Calypso, who helped with all of the lighting, and Nathan, Alex, Megan, and Darby for hanging out backstage. Thank you guys for coming. Appreciate it. We had over 230 people log in over the last few days, and that's not including how many people were watching multiples at home and stuff like that too. So this has been amazing. Thank you all so much, and join us for the Mayfly. Okay, bye.